In this episode, getting sideways. Derek spots a spider and redneck racer. Welcome back to the We Are Auto Show. How are you, Mr. Derek?
Mr. Michael Rowell, I'm doing fantastic. Now, I heard that you were out at Sebring this past weekend having a ball out on a skid pad.
I was. So I get the opportunity to instruct where I get some people out sliding sideways on a skid pad and doing all sorts of cool, fun, and really big learning stuff with a car.
Are you teaching younger guys and girls?
Typically youngins.
Yeah.
So that they know kind of what to expect when they run into, I don't know, a little patch of oil on the on-ramp to the highway or whatever the case may be.
You turn the wheel really hard and stamp on the gas.
You know, it's funny. A lot of them think that. So that's actually one of my main things that stuck out this year, because it's usually once or twice a year that I get to do this instructing. And it's so funny. Most kids, when they get onto a skid pad and they experience understeer, they think, well, I'm going to steer more. Yeah, that'll help it. And it was so funny. At the end of one, I stopped and I looked at him and I said, so how'd that work? Anyway, it didn't do a thing. I said, no kidding. Yeah, so steering more? Probably not.
No.
But it was a lot of fun.
But that's a perfect place to learn.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I got the opportunity to instruct in an Audi and an Infinity.
What were they?
So the Audi was an S5 that was tastefully modified.
Yeah.
And the Infinity was the Infinity Q50. So I had an all-wheel drive and a rear-wheel drive.
Ooh.
That's
fun.
That was a lot of fun.
And
I was really impressed with how the Audi stopped. It handled its weight very nicely.
Yeah.
When we went to the brakes, we went to the brakes like immediately. It was way quicker into ABS than most of the other cars there.
Huh. Did it handle the low traction, the slipperiness well?
Yes. That Quattro all-wheel drive, it just didn't want to let go.
Yep.
We really had to really force it to induce any kind of proper oversteer.
But did you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course I did. Every chance I got. The Infinity, on the other hand, though, that was a little bit of a different beast.
Ooh.
That was rear-wheel drive. So the student I had also happened to be a great big car guy, too.
Yep.
And he also had a pickup truck that he may or may not have freely admitted that he may or may not intentionally try to drift it every time it rains.
Yeah.
It's an old two-wheel drive pickup truck. What do? Of course you're going to drift it in the rain, right? So after his first few passes at the skid pad, we may have possibly, maybe intentionally tried to hold some oversteer a bit. And I could see his mom kind of across the way going, oh. But it was great. It was such a good time. We got to do a bunch of different other maneuvers. We were doing like ABS into kind of a horseshoe, get them to brake and then steer. We were doing some kind of cool figure eights with that skid pad, where I'd get them on the slippery stuff, back on the sticky stuff. So dry, wet,
okay.
Dry, wet, dry, wet. And it was amazing just to see how young drivers that don't ever really get to do this kind of stuff, it handled going from dry to wet to dry to wet. I will tell you, the first couple times, everyone does the same thing. They think they come out of the wet to the dry, back to the wet, and I think it's going to grip like it just gripped in the dry. And they go full lock on the wheel, and the car just goes straight through.
Yeah.
It's
full
great.
understeer.
Oh, it's pure understeer. But that was a lot of fun.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. Was there any craziness, any Scandinavian flicks out there?
He did try to do a little Scandi flick.
Ooh.
Yeah. My big car guy, the student with the Infinity, I saw him too, and I could feel his thoughts, and I was like, he's going to try a goddamn Scandi flick here, isn't he? And sure enough, we took the entrance to the skid pad, and I saw the hands go, whoop, whoop.
One way,
and I thought, you. And we both looked at each other, and we kind of went, uh-huh.
Yeah. Get that weight shifted.
Yeah.
Sliding around good.
It was
That's awesome.
a lot of fun.
Did you get any track time out at Sebring?
I did a couple of parade laps just because they weren't super hot because I was hemmed in with some slower drivers. But, of course, I may drop back a little bit. And,
as you should.
Through a few corners, there was some higher RPM to be had.
Nice.
But while I was at Sebring, though, I did see a bunch of cool things because we were there during a PCA, so Porsche Club of America, HPDE, which stands for High Performance Driver's Ed, which was happening at the same time. So while I was instructing, I heard that lovely symphony of flat sixes screaming off in the distance. And I did see some cool stuff there. Man, I saw some cool stuff. Well, they were just cruising in and out. In and out. And one of my favorite things that I saw that was there, which is one of my spots of the week, which I'll get into here in a minute, but it was a 997 GT2, but it was on slicks. So this is a car that is driven by most people because they're scared to drive it because it's like a Widowmaker. And apparently this is just a big balls guy that owns this car because it was on slicks and it's obviously there for a reason.
To race?
Yeah. Just hot laps all day. But that was really cool.
Always great.
So that's a good transition into our spots of the week, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So I'll start off. I already mentioned the 997 GT2 that was in, more specifically, Guards Red. And I will tell you, the Porsche crest on the center cap was positioned correctly, pointed towards the valve stem.
Okay.
Yes.
It should be.
It better be.
And I was shocked when their pseudo-fake press release when it was not.
I was very shocked.
Yeah.
It's funny. Actually, the majority of all the Porsches at that event were properly center caps to the valve stems. Ooh. So good on ya.
Bunch of nerds.
Yes. Yes. But one of my favorite spots that I did spotted throughout the week was maybe my favorite spec Aston Martin DBS Superleggera that I've ever seen.
A DBS Superleggera?
Yeah, so that's the big one.
Huh.
With the big 6+ liter twin turbo V12.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I saw it silver with silver wheels.
Ooh. Okay.
Is that not classy as hell?
I think that is very classy.
I am a sucker for silver on silver. You know what my car is? Silver on silver. Silver on silver. That just does it for me.
This is a very good looking car. Very good looking. How much are these?
Not cheap. I think they're, you know what?
Are we talking north of $1 million?
No.
Okay.
No, they're
talking 200, 300?
250 to 5, I think.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know if I would be getting silver on silver if it was north of $500,000.
316 is the base price of them.
So the one we're looking at here on screen is the silver on silver.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's the best color for that car?
Honestly, it's my favorite color I've seen the car in. Silver makes those lines look really well, really, really nice. I don't even know the adjective to describe this, but like there's a feeling that I get when I see silver on silver. It just gives me a warm and fuzzy feeling.
You know the light blue that they have?
Yeah.
I think that would look better.
But silver wheels are a must.
I don't think silver wheels would look good on the blue. I think that it would have to be black or something along those lines. But this is a good spot.
Silver on silver. It's my favorite spec of the DBS I've seen so far. I love it.
A beast.
I
imagine this thing's a monster.
That is an Aston I would absolutely buy.
Yeah.
It's My favorite current Aston.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's stunning. Oh,
what else do you see?
So good. I saw a couple of EVs that you're probably interested in.
Oh.
Saw a Mercedes. So the EQS 450 Plus. Wow.
The 450 Plus.
I don't know a damn thing other than it's an EV. Let me do a quick Google for you. Because it's an EV.
Huh. Okay. A question for you.
Yeah.
The EQS is around $135,000, if I believe.
Okay.
What would you rather have? And you must pick. I know your initial answer is going to say neither. But what would you rather have? A Tesla Model S Plaid or an EQS?
A Lucid.
No, you must answer.
But why those two?
I guess the Lucid is that...
Because it's the same price.
Are Lucids out? Can you buy a
I've
Lucid?
seen one or two of them.
Okay. All right, what if it was just those two?
Which ones, the Lucid or the Mercedes?
No, the Tesla or the Mercedes.
See, that's hard because I think the exterior of the Tesla looks better than the exterior of the Mercedes. But I think the interior of the Mercedes looks better than the interior of the Tesla. I would spend more time inside the car than I would outside the car. I just can't say the Mercedes because it's so goddamn ugly. I just can't. It's so ugly to me. I hate the look of the EQ. Yeah.
It's very
bulbous.
It's too aerodynamic.
I hate the look of
it's
the
very
EQS.
Smooth.
If the EQS looked better.
You've seen the interior. Like, it's got all the lights, it's got all the accessories.
Yes, but it's driver centric. Meaning you have a screen in front of the driver.
You have 3 screens.
Well, that's fine. But you have your main information screen in front of your driver.
Yes.
Versus the Tesla, which is just empty, barren dashboard with a laptop. Right. I hate that so much. I hate that so much.
But you'd rather have that than an ugly-looking exterior.
I just don't know if I could get past the exterior of the Mercedes. I just don't know. But then I don't know if I could get past driving with that horrible interior of the Tesla. That's why my choice is the Lucid. Because it looks good exterior, and it's like an actual car inside, and it kind of looks like a car.
It's funny that the price bracket for the Model S Plaid is like exactly the same as the EQS.
Yeah.
They're both like nearly identical to $135,000, which is a lot of money for those two cars.
I mean, I guess if I had to, I'd probably go with the Tesla just because it looks better external and it's quicker.
Yeah.
But I hate how Tesla has nothing in front of the driver. You have to put something in front of the driver.
Unless you remove the driver from driving. Which is the plan.
No.
For them.
No. Then I will never get one.
I mean, that's the plan. But it's funny to compare those two because they're polar opposite in everything possible. The performance, polar opposite. The interior, polar opposite. The exterior, polar opposite.
One's luxury,
everything about
one's tech.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're both tech, but
yeah, they're both tech, right? But in way different ways.
Yeah.
Right? One's all about self-driving. One's all about crazy fancy interior with your own, like,
I guess I
personal
retract
assistant.
my statement. Maybe I go with the Mercedes.
Just because of the self-driving?
Yes. Just because I don't want to be anywhere involved in the future of self-driving.
You're a dinosaur.
That's fine. I shall die a dinosaur.
You will still be teaching people on skid pads how to slide cars around. Yes.
With petrol.
But it might turn into a different fuel.
No.
Okay.
No. My next spot you're going to appreciate is another EV.
What might that be?
It's a Rivian.
Ooh, I do like Rivians.
I saw that yellow Rivian a long time ago. You remember that?
The R1T.
But now I saw a blue R1T.
Ooh.
And what do you know? It was stopped on the side of the road with its hazards on.
Yikes.
How clutch is that?
No.
That's a great look, isn't it?
Must have run out.
Yeah.
Get the diesel generator, boys.
Yeah. Oh, it's in your transmission tunnel.
The memes about people towing like 2 diesel generators behind their Tesla and just plugged into the side.
It's true. It's true. You're getting your electricity from unrenewable sources anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not my spot of the week.
What might that go
My
to?
spot of the week is something I saw on my way to Sebring. And it is the future vision of my actual life. I'm a bit ridiculous at times. Right?
Wouldn't you say?
So my cars, I like to have a little bit of flair and excitement to them, right?
Okay.
So I saw the coolest combo ever. It was a Mercedes G550 4x4 squared. And yes, that's the actual name of it. Because that is the factory lifted off-road G-Wagon from Mercedes. It's lifted on like 35-inch tires. So the Florida man redneck inside of me, that's my Mercedes. Okay. Screw your EQS bullshit. Give me a jacked up G-Wagon. This Florida man loves that.
Okay.
Yeah, brother. So that G550 4x4 squared was towing a Porsche GT3 Cup car. Okay. How freaking cool is this?
Open
what
trailer?
A life. What's that?
Open trailer?
Closed trailer.
Okay.
You can see the graphics. It had it was like matching livery and everything.
Gotcha.
Oh my God.
That is amazing. That is like the dream for you. But I recall a couple podcasts ago, you said that your favorite combination ever would have been a TRX.
Well, yeah, but I was being realistic.
Oh, this is the unrealistic.
Yes, because the G550, it's like a $500,000 G-Wagon.
Is it that much?
Yeah, it's expensive.
Why?
Because look at it. It can scale Everest and K2 and all of the high peaks. And it can tow a Porsche Cup car with ease down the back roads of Florida.
Anything could. An F-150 could tow a Cup car down with
but
ease.
It's better to do it in a G550 4x4 squared, because why wouldn't you?
Because it's square and $500,000.
So cool.
It's. I've never understood G-Wagons. I've never seen the appeal.
A jacked up one like this on 35s?
What are you accomplishing?
You're accomplishing anything you want to damn well accomplish with that. There's this car moving slowly in front of you. You accomplish them by going over them.
It's not a Marauder. It would still not go over my BRZ.
Actually, that one might.
I don't think so. And we're not testing this.
But my spot of the week goes to my ultimate dream desired life of driving and towing my GT3 Cup car with my G550 4x4 squared.
I love the Cup car. I hate the G-Wagon.
I love the whole thing. And I want to meet the owner of this, and I just want to get a drink with him, because what an interesting fella.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you he was wearing cowboy boots.
Ooh. You think so?
I hope so.
You know who I could see having this one day? And
me.
And you and Grant Talkie.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I could see you guys just rocking in that.
It's so cool. I just love it.
It's ridiculous.
I love it to death. It's my spot of the week.
All right. Solid.
So did you see anything?
I did. Saw a couple things. Okay. We're going to start it off with a Porsche.
Ooh.
Okay. I saw a Porsche, and I sent you a picture of a blue Porsche parked outside.
Sapphire blue metallic, I believe.
Parked outside of a restaurant. And I had a problem with it.
Yeah.
I had a problem with the wheels.
It's wrong.
Not the colors, not the rim, not the tire. The problem is that the wheels are turned and the car is parked.
Correct.
if you're a Porsche enthusiast, do you really not center your wheels?
No, you center your wheels.
So are there non-Porsche enthusiasts that have this car?
Yes.
Ooh.
Because
Really?
it's the clout, because it's the badge, because it's a Porsche, dude.
And they
don't
want to have it.
Yeah.
It's
Because they heard it in a rap song about Porsche.
But this is a 911. This is not cheap. This is not the poor man's Porsche. It's not a Cayman. And I wouldn't even say a Cayman is the poor man's Porsche.
Correct. A Boxster is.
Yes. This is expensive.
Yes.
How much of those new?
Wow. The equivalent of that new?
Right.
110, 120.
So we're north of $100,000.
Yeah.
And he probably paid north of $100,000.
That one, if he bought it used, 80,
The market's hot.
85, 90.
Okay. Still, I'm shocked that they have a what generation is this?
That is a 991.1. So it's the last of the naturally aspirated flat sixes.
Okay. Here's that Porsche, which people want.
Yeah,
And he didn't center his wheels.
I'll take a 991.1 Carrera or Carrera S. I can't really tell because I can't see the badging in the back.
Okay. And he also has the orange along the side, right in front of the wheels.
Those are amber side markers like a peasant. You swap those for clear side markers or you don't drive your car.
So is that how I can tell he's not a Porsche enthusiast?
No, because some people are just lazy.
Oh.
And they just... So... Let me educate you for a second here.
I'm ready.
All right, you buckle up. Because there's been some talk that oftentimes Porsches that are delivered with amber side markers were delivered as, or were built as European delivery cars. Whereas if they were built with clear side markers, then that would be more of a U.S. delivery car. That's kind of how they would have, in theory, brought that about. But you could have essentially spec'd it if you did it properly. But that's a little backstory there.
Is that not how it works now?
Sometimes it is, yeah.
Huh. Okay. I'll be on the lookout.
Yeah, look for amber side markers or clear side markers. But clear side markers look much better.
In your opinion. Okay.
In the opinion.
Because you are the only one.
Well,
Sure.
yes, of course.
Sure. Yeah, so I saw that, and I was not stoked when I saw that.
You can straighten your wheels out. Come on, for
It's
shame.
a very simple thing to do, and I'm surprised that more people don't do it.
It actually kind of irks me when I see people parked improperly and just all jacked up like that.
Same.
It's like, why? Fix it.
Agreed. So another thing that I saw was a Lamborghini.
Ooh.
A blue Lamborghini. And it was a
Ooh.
Lamborghini SUV.
Ooh.
Now, we happened to take a picture of this as we were driving down past the mall, and they were parked up. What's your take on this color in a Lamborghini Urus? I think that this equivalent in Porsche is like Miami blue. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd say it needs to be a Huracan. A Huracan looks great in that color. But a Urus? No.
No?
No. It's too bulbous. It's too big. It's too...
It doesn't get the lines out.
No.
You can't see the lines in the body. It's just big.
It is blue Cephas. I was incorrect earlier when you and I were talking. But
That's
that's
the color
name of the color.
Okay.
It's
And
a
they
great
make
color.
Huracans?
It looks great on Huracans, right? Like, for example, or even Aventadors. Like, that looks brilliant.
Yeah.
But, like, on a Urus? Nah.
I agree. It's a weird color on a Urus. The black on the tires and rims and the calipers, they all look fine. But I think that this would look better in black or
Purple.
yellow. Yeah, that purple that they have is good.
Purple works on a Urus. But
This just-
blue Cephas,
Doesn't work.
which is essentially Miami blue, but in Lamborghini?
Right.
Nah, not for me.
Same here. So my actual car spot is something a little different. Something Italian. Small and Italian.
A real Italian treat, it sounds
It is an Alfa Romeo.
Ooh.
So around us, we see a lot of interesting cars. Mm-hmm. I don't often see a lot of Alfa Romeo 4Cs.
Ooh,
the Spiders specifically.
Yeah.
And I happened to see one of those. It was passing me on the other side. It was black. It had gold rims. It looked very close to the picture I have up here, and I really liked it.
I like a 4C.
Yeah.
We talked about these a long time ago. I love them.
I think it's great. And I think that the spec that he had with the black and the gold rims was good.
Black and gold. Gold wheels are good.
Cannot go wrong.
It's such a fun little car. I want to drive one so bad.
Uh-huh. So
they're so cool.
A couple numbers, because I didn't remember what the numbers are. Quick refresher.
Yeah.
We're talking 0 to 60 in around 5.3 seconds.
Okay.
So not fast, but not slow.
Yep.
You get 237 horsepower. Not a lot.
No, but it
doesn't need it.
Can't weigh much.
2,400 pounds.
So it's light.
It's light. It's very light. And you get a 1.7 liter 4-cylinder.
Not much.
Not much.
Don't need much.
I do think 300 horsepower would be the sweet spot for that car.
Yeah.
Kind of like the VRZ.
275 to 300 would be great.
Yep. I think that's a bit underpowered. And I'm sure...
I'd love to just drive one in anger.
It looks like a very... how do I put this? This car would turn quickly, right? Mm-hmm. The turning radius is going to be small. It's going to be nimble. But I don't think it will slide well. And I think when it does slide, it's going to kill you.
Just snap oversteer and then you're done.
I could be wrong. I've never driven one. But that's what I get the feeling just looking at how the car is laid out.
It does kind of look like that. It's just like a square.
Right. It's like trying to slide a Mini Cooper. It's too short.
Work.
The wheelbase is too short.
It's too short and square.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was a cool car spot.
That is a cool car spot. I like that.
Yep. So I think that wraps those up. Let's get this show wrapped up.
Okay.
Do you have, and I wish they would have.
I do. That ties on to my instructing that I did this past weekend. And my I wish it would have is that I just simply wish that skid pads were more accessible. I know I've kind of said something similar to that before, but I just wish that you could actually, like, everyone can just pop onto a skid pad. Not that it's, like, required, which would be great, but I just wish they were more of them.
What's the closest thing to a skid pad that's not a full-on...
Gravel.
You think so?
Probably.
Just a gravel road somewhere?
But it's got to be gravel and wide so that you can go around it.
Like a gravel parking lot.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe autocross?
Yeah, but a skid pad is wet and slippery.
I know. You're not autocrossing in wet.
No, not usually.
No. Huh. I think you might be right. And I will say, every time I've taken a gravel road somewhere that's been open enough, yeah. Every corner, you're sideways. Every time.
Everything. Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. Front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, doesn't matter.
Don't care. Handbrake, yep, let's do it.
Great. Yeah. And I think that is a good way for people to learn how to handle a car sideways. The safer play is clearly the skid pad because it's just wide open concrete.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong.
But that's my wish. I would have. I wish that you had access to one easier.
Yeah. Do you think it's a good idea if schools or driving schools or like to get your license, you were forced to go to a skid pad and control the car in an odd way?
Sure. Would it be great? Yes. But realistically, that'll never happen.
Yeah. It could through schools, right?
No.
Why?
The funding's not there. It never will be. There's not a location for it. No. I just wish they were more accessible. Like, I wish there was more of them. I wish you could just pay $15 and go do it.
Yeah.
Something. Like how you would go open ice skating at the rink, right?
Right.
Just pay your $10. Go spend 30 minutes understanding how does this feel.
Maybe go-karting? It's still not the same, though. I don't know.
Not quite.
I don't know. I like it.
But that's my wish it would have. Do
All
you
right.
have one?
Yeah. So I wish, and this comes from the Porsche that we saw with its wheels turns. I wish that the dashboard of your car had, when you're playing a racing game and you got to calibrate your steering wheel. Mm-hmm. You get into the sim and like you turn it all the way around one way. Mm-hmm. You tell it like, okay, that's full lock to the left. You turn it all the way around the other way. You tell it, okay, that's full lock to the right. And then you turn it center and turn it like 90 degrees and say, okay, and now it's calibrated.
Yeah.
When you're doing that calibration, you actually have an indicator that's like the wheel in a center line, and it shows you how far the wheel has turned. I wish that was on the dashboard of people's cars so that they could see how much their wheel was turned before they parked the car. And maybe when you put it in park, the car would like tell you, hey, you should center your wheels. You're 90 degrees to the left. You need to be center.
I like that a lot, and that would make people not look like idiots.
It would. It'd be awesome. I don't think that there's a huge like mechanical problem for actually keeping your wheels turned like that and parking it for an hour or two. There's no big deal, but
don't.
It's slightly dangerous because when you get back in the car, you don't know if the wheels are turned in a certain way. Mm-hmm. So you have to creep a little bit to figure out, am I turned in a certain way? Mm-hmm. And if you just center them, every single time.
Yep.
Yeah. So the tech is there. Somebody put it in the dashboard.
I like it. That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great for a lot of people that just drive like idiots.
They do. They do indeed.
Mm-hmm. So, anything else for us?
Nope. I think that's it.
All right. In that case, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, leave us a thumbs up, comment, and hit that subscribe button for us, please. Thanks for listening in audio. So Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever. Leave us a 5-star rating and a comment if you could, as well as following us on social. So Facebook's We Are Auto, Instagram is WeAreAuto_, and our website is also weareauto.io. While you're there, send us over your I wish they would have's, any other auto-related news articles you'd love to hear us talk about. So again, thank you so much for watching and listening, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Peace.